Hello YouTubers, my name is George Fomichev and I am a founder of Endurance. Today I want to tell you how to make a bot on a framework Botlibre.biz. So I have like a small plan what I'm going to tell you in the next 40 maybe 45 minutes. I want to tell you about what bots are and what technologies they use. Also want to tell you about perspectives of chatbots. Want to tell you some interesting things about how to program bots. We use a language called Self or language called AIML, and I'll tell you how to deal with chat logs and how to create conversational bots. Then we can probably create some bot on this platform, Botlibre, and we'll tell you a little bit about NLP and neuro-linguistic programming, how we deal with language, how we define and do search of intentions. That's pretty much it. I want to tell you, maybe I'll tell you more about some complicated scripts that are used while you write your own bot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, let's start. So Botlibre Biz, we like this framework. It's really user-friendly and it's quite convenient. We actually very happy to deal with them, and their support is just give ultimate answers to any questions you might have. So to create your own bot, you just need to create your account. I don't think that it will be a problem. So you just need to register. It gives 1 month free, then it's like a couple dollars like monthly fee to use this framework. We have like gold membership, so it's really advanced. You can have a platinum or you can have your own server. Okay, so what do you know have to know about this platform? For example, when you go to my bots, let's choose one. So when you create a bot, you just need to type your bot name, then you have to take a template. It doesn't matter, so we actually prefer empty template, so we don't want anything inside. You can have interview template, Julie, pizza bot, just a lot of different templates that are already here. I must say that these are, very simple and practical templates. If you want to do an interview for your HR department, or you want to place orders for like internet shop, then you use a pizza bot as a template. Or you want to book or order a service, then you take a plumber bot as a sample, or a schedule if you want to establish or set up meetings with someone and do this in your messenger. Okay, so this is quite simple, so it won't be quite complicated. Description, your site and rating, fork access. So if you want someone to be able to create your own his own fork on your bot, then you can make it also possible to do forks by users. So let's say that we already have a bot, and let me tell you a little bit about his functions. So we have already bots in English. Let me find one that is here. Okay, so we have an ICO ins bot. So this bot answers frequently asked questions to an ICO project. We already have it. If you want, I can show it to you here. Yes, this is a chat. Well, yeah, okay, so you can ask different questions. So for example, you saw that I asked about how can I buy ins, where I can what is blockchain. So it gives different answers to different questions that it was trained. So let me tell you how you can set up and do settings in your bot. So you go you create your policies. For example, administrators and users who can do different can have access to this bot and who can do changes. So you need to define them here. For example, if you want to do some changes and updates, then you can set up several administrators. Then we go here, you can change avatar, you can upload your own. I don't really deal with that. Here you set up and choose a language. There are several variants of language here. German, Russian, we'll do it in Russian. So we really like this platform because they have a speech to text and text to voice that are already done here. Then we have a configuration list. So this one is very important. So you can enable learning mode, so anyone can train a bot and he'll learn from anyone while he's talking. Correction mode also when you set up right answer for a question. So you can do it here. I don't really recommend to do this here because it's better to have it stored in your file. So it's better to upgrade and update your conversation chat log and then upload it in a bot. So learning rate, but let's say if you have a conversational, like funny entertainment bot, yeah, you definitely need to do all these kind of things to make it more interactive, so people will play with it a bit. So learning rate means how fast and how accurate does your bot learn things. Script timeout. So when you run a script on self or AML, it takes a while to process. So you can set up a timeout to make sure that your bot is not stuck. So make it like 10 seconds is okay. You can actually, if you have a really very big script, you can increase it up to, let's say, 30 seconds, but it'll be a while, so people might get nervous thinking that bot is not working. Response timeout. So these settings you set up when you want your bot to answer in a second. Sorry. So it means that in a second, bot will find and give you a response. Conversation match and discussion match. It's actually numbers that will show how accurate answers could be. For example, you say, hi, how are you? And you only have an input that is hi, then how you didn't type how are you, then it means that bot will not answer if it's like 50%, but if it's 30%, then he'll have a good chances of answering it. So enable emotion and emoting, I don't do these. Allow JavaScript, you need these when you run your web version of your bot like this, so you need the JavaScript so you can execute on this page or in a frame. Enable comprehension and consciousness. It's good parameters, but they're pretty complicated. So when you do it, like I said, it's like an intro lesson for writing a chatbot, so you don't do this, so you just disable this. Dictionary, it means that bot will know words, definitions and everything from dictionary. So it's a pretty good function, especially in English, that you use when you try to get more information. Enable response matching. So for example, you have a question like, hey, how are you? And the user write, hi, how are you? So enable response matching means that he'll answer this because hi and hey pretty similar, so this will go. Check exact match first. For example, you have a script that is doing something and you have a conversation log that also have these, let's say, template in your input. For example, hi, and in your script is also hi. Then you can check out exact match first. It'll go before it run a script. So you do it if you have a conversation bot. Split paragraphs is a very useful function when you deal with several sentences. So if you have an let's say email to analyze by a bot, then you need to split sentences, split paragraphs, sorry. So it'll split every sentence into different input. Fixed case, so it's quite obvious. Learn grammar, so for some cases it's quite useful when you have a conversational bot. So for example, he misses particles or articles, so you can do this. And synthesize response means bot will try to respond in different ways he got the input. For example, he didn't know the answer, but he can generate. It's not very practical if you have a functional bot, but for conversational bot, it's kind of fun. So we go to the next page, the next icon. This is training and chat log. So this is a very important part of this, of construction and building your own chatbot. So what do you need to know? You need to type a sorry, let's go back. You need to have a greeting. So, hey, how are you? So we have already greeting. Hi, my name is Insbot. I can talk about INS ecosystem. So we can make another greeting. Let's say, hi, my name is Bud. What do you? Oh, sorry, it's Russian. Do you have any questions about crypto and INS project? We can do that like this. So he'll have like two different greetings now. And default response. We already have one. Sorry, I don't understand the question. Do you want to ask an ecosystem like in this? So if bot does not know the answer, he can bring you here. So it's pretty practical to make sure that bot is answering something, so he's not stuck. Okay, so if you want to train your bot, you make a conversation. So you can add like conversations like questions and answers by setting up here. So, but I recommend you to make your own file, text file. So let me find something here that we already have. So it'll be a bit faster if I choose existing conversational. Probably will take me a while to find it out. Blockchain knowledge base. We have it. Okay, so this is a conversation that we use when we train a bot. So you need to create a big conversation list. If you want your bot to answer a lot of questions, he has to be trained. So if you want to learn about how bot can be trained, so I already prepared a few useful links. Oh, maybe I closed the window. Let me find it. You can Google Botlibre, and we go to response list and required. We'll find this. So the formats that you're going to use. So there are 4 ways of training a bot: response list, CSV file, chat log, and AML. So I like response list because you create questions and answers, and then bot is taking it while he's training. So there are a few tags that you can use. I recommend to pay attention to keywords, required, topic. Label is not that important in my opinion. Previous, require previous. That is pretty much it to make a conversational chatbot. So for example, when you type and you enter, let's say, pair of template and response, hi, then person can write like hi, hello, hey, or like that's what's up, right? Or even what's going on. You can create what is going on, and person is answering hi there. So the thing is that you have these like pattern and response, and here what is going on. You have keywords like this: hi, how are you, what's up? And here is another pair, what is going on. So the thing is that you might need to add a required tag, because what is quite important to in this pair. So you type required and set what. So what is required word for this pair? It means that without this word what, it will not execute it, even the rest is has matched, right? So you need to type what as an important. You can also add keywords as well. Here, keywords like going. I don't know how to say it in English in a different way. Like what is going on? What's what? Yeah, you can say what's up. Probably he'll say like this. What app? I don't know if people write it, but anyway. So you have it here. So another thing that you might probably need to know is previous. So for example, hey, how are you? You can ask hi, how are you? I'm fine. And then person is writing, good. I am happy to hear that. And mm, and the bot answers, good to hear you, good to hear, good to hear, for example. And then we have this pair that is really connected. So you actually need to connect this pair of pattern and template with this. So you need to type a previous tag. But what if another different patterns and pairs would appear? So then you need a very accurate connection, like require previous. It means this will never execute without having this before. So it means that require previous, you type the previous answer of the bot like this, right? So it means that it will go next if this was said before by the bot. This is actually pretty simple. So like I said, these several tags that you need. Keywords required, topic, previous, require previous. Topic. So topic is very important when you have a lot of topics and you talk about cars, let's say insurance, lifestyle, weather, and an answer like good could be set up for your conversation about cars or your health. Then you need a different reactions. So for example, if you have a topic like cars, then it will go look for best match in this topic first. So topics help to define a bot what to answer. So it's pretty much similar what you have. So when you say, hey, how are you? I'm doing fine. What's news? And you spoke with a user, with a person about cars, so you'll talk about cars next. So it means that it'll help your conversation to be, more solid. A lot of other different tags that could be used, but in this intro, I wouldn't, spend much time in telling big tough stories about that. So also you can do like response list in this way, like hi, how are you, and then you make a conversation. So another thing that you can do is a CSV file when you have like question and answer, and then you can tag different keywords like here. I'm not a big fan of CSV words, but yeah, you definitely can do this, but I just don't feel comfortable when I do this. But sure, absolutely you can, and it's a good variant to upload and train your bot. Chat log. For example, you have a support desk. For example, you have like thousands of messages coming every day and answering them. So to train your bot, you can just take them all and upload into a bot. But then you need to be sure that names, you remove names and some special and personal data, because then the bot will be trained of and having in the knowledge useless information. So please remove all this information to make sure that it's pretty accurate. And AML language. So let me go further and explain you how to deal with AML language. So we already have some samples. Actually, the thing is that is already described here. You go to Botlibre Biz and forum. So scripting your bot with AML. So AML is a good way of structuring your conversation in your chatbot when you need to go from one, let's say one question to another, and by answering different types of questions you have different variants. So for example, hello world is like a pattern, and then you have hello to you too, this is template, so it's responded by bot. You can also do like something like hello and something after hello, and it will also work in this manner. Another thing that you can build your conversations in your bot when you have, let's say, tell me a joke. It's a user writes to a bot, and bot is answering, why did the chicken cross the road? And you know that the answer of a user would be, if he doesn't know the answer, he would say, well, it's interesting, tell me why, will you, or just why. And the bot knows that previously he asked why did the chicken cross the road? So this is that. That means previous response by a bot. And if that matches, then the answer will be to get to another side. So it's quite simple. So it helps you to bring and to keep your conversation in line. So I recommend you to learn a little bit more about AML language. It's pretty simple to use, but it'll take a little bit more time to get used to it. So you have star, like something, and it can be first star and then it's second. It means that you can say the bot can repeat what user said. For example, my name is George, and you can say that my name then star, and the bot will say pleasure to meet you, star index first means that pleasure to meet you, George. So this is a good thing when you need some answers by a user. Some examples are also described here on this page, so it won't be a big problem. Also, if you go to Google and find more samples for AML scripts, so there'll be plenty of them. Also, you can do some topics, some stars, so this is pretty well described here. So the thing is that, for example, you want your bot to answer questions. Yeah, for example, like this: learn my like something R, and I will learn that your first and R second, right? So he actually remembers this. You can actually store these data in your bot, so he'll remember your name, your date of birth, a lot of things, so you can make it more interactive and make it more smart. So this is like another patterns and another samples on AML. So it's pretty complicated to. I mean, this is not complicated dialogues, but with the help of AML, you can make it really complicated. So take your time, learn a little bit more about AML language. If you have questions, I would be happy, or support team from Botlibre would be happy to answer. So this is just some basic things about how to train a bot with a response list with your AML files. So that'll help you to create your conversation bot. So it's not quite difficult, but more conversations you upload like this, more smarter your bot will become. And then you may choose and you make some tests. So let me upload this this information. So we made some changes in our InsBot, so I can actually upload it here, and now I can train it. So it's gonna be trained. I hope that they'll say yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, you can see it's a pretty big file, a lot of keywords, a lot of questions, a lot of answers, so it took a while. Not extremely, not too much time, but it took like several days to finalize. So the good thing of using Botlibre framework, that when you create your own bot, you can actually deploy it almost in any other messenger or communication platform you want. So you can go to Twitter and connect your bot with a Twitter. So it's quite easy. You can follow instructions. We also have instructions how to connect bot to Twitter, so we'll not spend too much time. So you just need to type your Twitter application ID, and then you connect it, and it's all connected. So then bot can answer your tweet, comment to your tweets, upload new tweets, do a lot of interesting and useful things. So Facebook, I would say that connection to Facebook is quite complicated, because you need to prove that your bot is not going to be spammer. He'll follow Facebook policies and he'll do proper things. So we also, I won't spend too much time, but it's not a very fast process to connect it, but following instructions that are described on our website, you can actually have better understanding how this connected. But take your time, relax, while Facebook will examine your bot and will allow it to be deployed in Facebook Messenger. Next thing that I want to tell you that is quite easy to connect to Telegram. I would say that Telegram is one of the most convenient and the best tools to deploy your bots. Probably you know that you have a bot father. Let's find this guy, bot father here, and you say, okay, I want a new bot. Then you give a name and the address of the bot. So, and then you get a key, an API key that you actually install and set up, and your bot is connected. Then he can do check email, check messages in real time. He can do poll, track messages, just a lot of different applications that are here. But to connect a bot is quite easy. Good thing that it works with Slack, with Skype. Your Skype ID, you just well, this function actually appeared just a few days ago. James with his team upgraded it and uploaded, so I didn't have time to check it out. I'm going to do so shortly, and yeah, probably I even want to write it in my list at add Skype. Okay, I think it's very important to do in the next couple of days. I didn't check it out how to connect, but I assume that it should be quite easy. You can connect your bot to WeChat, Kik, email. So the good thing that your bot could be connected with your email account, so you just need your name, email address, username, password, and the protocol you use. Is it IMAPS or POP3 and then SMTP? Then it's connected and it's ready to go. With SMS, this platform allows to connect with Twilio accounts. I really didn't do this with Twilio. I use my own. We use our own provider in Russia. It's a bit different. So when I need to text users, I use their gateway. When I need to receive their replies, I don't like to deal with SMS. So SMS is just an invitation to a messenger. So I think that SMS is like an old-fashioned style talking to people. So we actually empower you to use more advanced technologies. So allow your bot to connect with the Google services. It's very important when you want to create your calendar bot and you use your Google Calendar. So you need to just get these things connected. So it's not a big deal, but okay. So you can connect it. Another thing that bot allows in different communications like IRC, I never use it, so I don't think that's practical anymore. If someone did, well, you're welcome. Server name and you'll get connected. Imported data. Okay, so this is actually the log how your bot was trained, and you can actually do debugging. But I would say that this system allows you to do a lot of very practical things like debug. You can have like different debug mode, and then you can read logs, so you can find actually in deep details what's going on when your bot is executing something. It's really important when you have a very complicated bot with different scripts, different algorithms, and sometimes it doesn't work, so you can do it in debugging mode and learn more about what's actually going on. So you can train a bot with this system, so you can do import data from a website, from Wiktionary or Wikidata. So if you have like XML path, so you type it here. So I'm not a big fan of using this web import, but I must say that James and his team, they made this when we paid attention that we want to train bot from a website. But it's not so easy to do, because when you parse website and it's not structured well, then it can parse something wrong. So I encourage you to spend a bit more time, but do conversation logs or AML logs or AML files in more accurate way. So what is this? This is actually a core part of your system. This is a knowledge base of your chatbot. So you can actually find everything that is connected. So it's like 24,000 objects are created in a bot. So it actually helps him to to operate. You can find, for example, different words that you want to find, and you'll create objects that have this word inside, and then you see different questions, different answers. It stores questions, answers, like binary files. You see that people just type. So it's, big mass of data inside of this. You have to be very, very careful when you want to do something with these. So you can actually do changes. You can remove objects. You can I think, yeah, you can remove something. I'm not sure if you can create something. Yeah, you can inspect, actually. Yeah, you can upload or import, but be very, very careful. When you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend to do this, because if you do something wrong, your bot crashes and it will not work. So you just need to reboot it and do all reboot strap. So it's actually here. Its status, you can actually delete all, and then it almost appears with nothing, no scripts, no knowledge base. So be careful with pressing red button, delete all. Now we go to script. So yeah, I think I spent like 20 minutes or 30 minutes explaining how you can program your own bot, actually create a conversation log. Now let me talk to you about how you may train, how you actually can program your bot. So the system Botlibre platform supports self-language. So a lot of information, useful information, you may find here. If you type what classes support in self, then you have it like brief overview of introduction of self-scripting language. The address is here. You can also Google it, and also overview of the self. Self is JavaScript-alike language, so it's I wouldn't say that it's the best one I ever used. I'm also not a developer or software engineer guy, but to do pretty simple things, you can learn how to use self pretty quickly. It's like object-oriented language, and classes are described here, operators are described here, objects, how you deal with them, are described here with detailed examples. Also very necessary thing when you do strings. So for example, you need to find word, you need to find letters, you need to replace. You do it with strings language when you need to construct a sentence to make a definition of something. Then date, when you do some scripts that checks your date, and you need to do some algorithms. But yeah, everything is like math. I'm not sure that all functions are here, but pretty much that you need is included. And HTTP, for example, if you need to parse a JSON file or XML file or CSV file that allows you to use, for example, to connect your bot with some secure database, you can do it over not secure but insecure database. Sorry, you can do it with URL like CSV file or JSON or even HTML. So for example, you have a page like an Excel file, you export it into HTML file, then you can work as database using XPath. It's not very practical because many people prefer JSON as they are more solid, but that works. So this is commands and descriptions how you can do with the Facebook. So you can actually post different messages, you can post comments, you can send messages to user. The same is for Twitter and Telegram. I never did work with vision and context avatars, so this is not something practical. Case operations, when you need to do some, yeah, I don't know if every one of you knows what state machine is, but when you run a bot and you run a script, it actually opens a state machine. A state file means that it executes a script or something inside of this case file. So that is pretty much it of how it's done. Let me check out if I told you. So this is classes like described, also different, a little bit different language, but pretty much the same as here. Introduction to Self-language is also some information about syntax, operators. I'm pretty sure that is quite common for how you make different conditions and you want to check it out. You do statements with multiple operations. You return, so pretty much like you exit, you stop doing something, and it returns and it writes back to the user. Yeah, then you can construct in a sentence different operations with objects like get, set, add, remove, random. Yeah, this is actually the main thing that what you can do, like find something in the object, you can delete, remove, append with meta. So it means that you have a meta tag stored in JSON, you can add information there. For example, this is a word or like a secret key, you can type it like a secret key and add some secret key inside of the object. So that is pretty much it for learning how to do with this scripting language. Let me show you a few examples so you would know a little bit better about how does this guy work. Okay, we have it here. Let me go to my bot, personal robot assistant, and tell you how it's working. So I was also planning to tell you about intentions. So the thing is that when you talk to a bot and it has functionality, you need to define things. For example, I have a bot like chatbot, remind me, do something, and then you describe intentions like meanings like time, date, where, and how to communicate with you, and a lot of different information could be actually stored there. So for this to do this, I use regular expressions. So for example, I need to find the word remember or remind, then he finds, it's in Russian though, but remind, find, help, etc. And then he stores what's after there. So this is actually, we started a function. For example, the bot sorry, found information, found the pattern. Then we run a template, goes to template and runs a function. The function actually starts not here. Okay, so it starts here. So it's starts with a data that it has nothing. So we need to find out that is variable for our cycle. We need to check it out 50 words, and then we start from 50 words in this sentence. For example, we want to check it out, remind me, and we store data that is after the word remind, because we want to know who. Remind George, remind Michael, remind president. Okay, and then you store the next word. It's quite simple. Then we define the intention of time. When? Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, in a week, in a month, in 1 week, etc., etc. And then we need to create a new date. We have this function date add, we have a date, and we want a plus. So when we say, hey, remind me tomorrow, it means that he takes a date and he adds 1. Then he gets a new date, and we need to do a replacement. We do a replacement because in the next step we need this date to be stored in different ways. So I do this replacement. So that is quite it. So this is looking for a theme. So we say, okay, remind me about this topic. So he actually goes to this topic, and yeah, I think that it looks for a topic, and it's quite complicated. So then we have to find a cell phone. It could be typed like +7, or it could be without plus, just number. We just find out that this is a number is like more than 10 billions. I mean the number of your cell phone, and it has plus, right? And then we do like yeah, it's pretty complicated, but as a beginner, I wouldn't spend too much time. So we store phone number, we store like a date, we store everything. Then we have to check it out if we have all data we actually need. Yeah, let me find that. That is pretty much it, right? So next thing that we need to do is very important, to store the data in not a local variables but in a global. Here we create an object and then we store all data in a knowledge base of a bot. So we create an object called responses and we store all data that we got from this conversation in a global variable. It means that it will not be removed, it will be stored, and next time you want to do something with this, it's already stored in your chatbot. So it stores everything in this global variables. What do we do next? We have a function called lookup. Why we have this function? Function lookup is going to run the bot every 5 minutes to find if the time has already come. For example, you want bot to remind you do something and you need to check it out. So this is actually, I forgot to say how to run a script. So you can enable timer and run your bot every 1 hour, every 2 hours. -1 means every 5 minutes. I probably already have the notification from this bot. So this bot is actually executing. So he actually wrote me a message that I have a conference call in with Croc, my customer, and I asked him to make me a reminder 15 minutes before. So you can find it here how I did it. Yeah, I was testing it. No, it was somewhere in an email. Let me check it out. Right, reminder. So never mind, I did it before. So yeah, I asked chatbot remind me and Dmitry today 15 minutes, 5 minutes actually before, was another script to get connected with a Croc. So let's get it back, because in 15 minutes, almost in 10, I have a conference call. Well, where? Okay, so we have a function called lookup. So what lookup actually does, it starts from here and we check it out if we have one sent. So it means if we have something that was never sent, we check it out with a global variable that one sent is 0. We create an array with a date, time, and then we run and execute and find out if the time and date and time has already come. It means that he checks the time date, expected time date is less, current time and date is less. Actually, yeah, expected time and date is less than it's less is yeah, it's more. Yeah, the time and date, expected time and date is more than we have it now. And one sent is 0, means that it's not sent. If it's not sent, then we say, okay, here is my email. We run a function email from a reminder chatbot and element topic. So it's gonna inform me via email that I already showed you and how it's working. Or you run an element phone. So if we have a phone that is not 0, it run script and sending me a SMS notification. So this is pretty much it, how we program intentions. So it's not quite easy thing, but I encourage you to try it out. I'm sure you'll like it. It's quite practical and it's quite interesting. You can do also different other scripting. So we have like several other scriptings here for building a notification. Also, let me find some other interesting things. For example, yeah, we have a big endurance chatbot that is really big. We have a lot of different and complicated scripts. We use some already existing. For example, escalate is built in Botlibre file. So for example, you have an escalate. I have urgent question, and the bot asks, okay, type your question. You type this question, and then he texts this question to me. So this is actually like how less than 20 lines of a code works. Also, you can check it out with the weather. It's also built-in script, and it uses already built-in service to check out weather. You just type, hey, I want to know weather in, and you type the city, and he checks out and returns you. So it's pretty good and pretty easy solution. So I'm not sure that I described everything that I wanted to tell, but it's very big topic. I hope that it brought you some ideas and some overview how chatbot works. I do help to do users on Botlibre. I help and explain how to build bots, and also if you want and you have an idea to build your own bot, or you don't want to spend time on building it, you are welcome to come to me, and I would be happy to assist, and we are happy to build your own, to help you to build your own bot. So I think that's pretty much it. So endurancerobots.com, you're welcome to go to our website to check it out. We have some interesting things about bots, linguistics IP. We have our parsing bot. You're welcome to text me over any messenger, +7 916 225 4302. You're welcome to use Viber, WhatsApp, Telegram, WeChat, whatever you want, or Facebook. Find me as George Fomichev, or to write me an email, info@endurancerobots.com or gf@endurancerobots.com. So I think that's pretty much it. I want to tell you about what we're doing, how we can help you. So yeah, you're welcome. Have a nice day. I hope that you like this video. Please share, link with your friends. Also, you're welcome to subscribe on our channel. So it's YouTube and George Fomichev. We have a lot of interesting videos about chatbots, my meetups, a lot of quite interesting information. So yeah, hope that you liked it, and have a wonderful day, and try to create your own chatbot. Bye bye.